Happy Thursday, guys. Welcome back. And Sam, you are correct. I only really like one board game. Alright, forget that stuff about the board game for a second. Let's talk about Riverdale. One of my favorite Netflix originals. It was definitely in my list. Just so you know, there could be some spoilers. The thing with Riverdale, I was thinking about this, is that in the very first episode of the very first season, they talk about how nothing has ever happened in their town, and then this murder happens, and literally from that point, Riverdale goes because it is a snowball of things happening after that. It goes from season 1 where they're just solving one murder to season 2 where there are multiple murders happening. After season 1, this place is a bomb site of problems. And it makes me wonder, what was life really like before that first murder in Riverdale? So let's get into the board games. Sam, you are 100% correct. I really don't like board games. You won't catch me playing Monopoly or even card games. I mostly don't like. I do like to play some poker, but it's actually been years since I used to do that with my cousins way back in literally years and years ago, and I haven't played a game. But every now and again, once every few years, you might catch me playing chess. Chess is not only my favorite board game, but I think it is the best designed board game for these reasons. Both sides are equal. Every piece that you have, they have. Every move you can make, your opponent can make. If you don't have a strategy, you're going to struggle at this game. Everything you can do, they can do. There's no roll of the dice. Let's take a chance on what the dice might tell us to do. There's no highlighted spots on the board that when you get there, you gotta flip a card and read what that area does for you and how that may change the course of the game. It is literally being strategic about your pawns and pieces. This is why chess is one of the best games. They don't make up all these little side rules and have these extra cards and stuff. It is literally the pieces and move after move. It's a very simple concept, but a very tough game. And they literally have masters of this game. Like, people who compete at playing this game. Chess is just the best board game. You can't compare a game like chess to other board games. It just is better. That's the way I feel about that. Talking about these games that you're playing, Pathfinder, those really sound interesting to me, but mostly for the battlefield aspect of it, where you can actually make a map and draw it out. Some people build a map so it'll be like little models and pieces moving. That's to me sounds like fun, but that style of game me actually playing, I just don't think I would enjoy watching it. I just don't think that was something that I would end up really enjoying myself playing. I would love to build the little model map though. That would be sweet. And now I'm not trying to rag on these sort of games. I can see why lots of people would play them and lots of people would get enjoyment out of them, but I personally am a sideline person to those games. I'm totally down to eating chips and pizza and watching people play. Participating would not be something I'd be interested in doing. So all that aside and out of the way now, let's take a big leap into a completely different direction here. When we first started this channel, I thought that we would be talking a lot more about anime because that is something that we both have found interest in and was actually kind of something that we were very involved in together at the start of our relationship, and maybe slightly before that is a connection that we had in between each other. I got into anime maybe 2008-ish, I started watching, I mean, when I was a kid, I watched Dragon Ball Z and I watched some Inuyasha, but to me those were cartoons and not anime. I don't know why I categorized them different. I think I was just trying to separate myself from nerdiness stuff that my brothers and sisters were doing. So I didn't want to be an anime person, but I also wanted to watch Dragon Ball Z, so I separated it from the anime list, which is not the case. Dragon Ball Z is an anime, and as I got older, I didn't think about it much, but in 2008 I was watching Netflix, and then started watching anime, and I learned as I went on that anime is like way more in depth and intense than lots of people give it credit for. One of the animes that I lean people towards when they're first getting into anime, depending on their character, I normally tell them to watch Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is one of my favorite animes, and when first season came out, it was taking over. Everybody was watching it. In fact, if you're watching this and haven't watched Attack on Titan, I highly recommend it. But it's not the only anime I recommend now. I also recommend people watch Tokyo Ghoul. This one, the first season, it nailed it down. The first season, the first couple of episodes, where the main character has changed, and then he's figuring out that he can't eat regular food, and it's such a battle for him that he can't eat regular food, and then that he's going through this transition, and he literally is multi-personality syndrome and starts taking on characteristics of other people that he ends up running into in his storyline. That goes strong for about season 1 and season 2, but then they came out with Tokyo Ghoul Re, and it starts going a different way, and I read online that lots of people kind of boycott that one and ask them to redo it or whatever. It doesn't follow the manga like the first and second season kind of follow real strong, and lots of people didn't like that. That's a very common thing in anime, where the manga will say one thing and the anime will do another. Sometimes you just gotta think of them as two different stories, and then that will help you maybe get through them. Alright, Sam, the truth is I can sit here and talk anime all night. I've watched tons and tons of anime, and I just wanted to know about your favorite animes and possibly what got you into anime. Like, what helped you get deep into anime, and then maybe give us a little bit of story of some of your favorite animes. So there's maybe 2 questions there. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This is Thursday. Sam will post on Friday, and I will see you Monday.